Happy Sunday, everyone. Here is a brief overview of last week's calendar. I'll fade over here to dinners. We had chicken with grilled peppers, tuna salad, eat more. That's kind of our own homemade casserole. Tacos. Here they had steaks. I had kind of a taco dinner at our little carnival we did. And today, I'm actually filming this on Saturday. I'm making tater tot casserole. Sunday, which is today when you're viewing it, is open. I don't know what we're having yet. So this was last week's plan. And, let me show you what I'm doing for this week. I'll be using this again this week in there, and these are going to be super important. I'll probably use a ton of them, and I'll explain why. The stickers I've used are from Christy at sticktoyourplan.blogspot.com, and I used almost the whole sheet from there. And then the washi I used was this one and this one, and then this larger one here. So this is a whole set from the Dollar Tree, and then I just added this. So what I've been doing is I usually pull this out, and then I pick some bigger ones, and then that's what I'll be using in my planner. Alright. And here is what we've got. So washi down here, the orange washi, I just felt, and if you look, the washi starts here, and then this is the color of the planner. So it's kind of a dark coral, and so this sheet just matched perfectly to the colors. I don't even know if you can tell which are the ones I added and which are the ones that are actually in the Erin Condren. That they just match so well. I loved it. Just seeing the bird and these flowers came with it that I fussy cut it out and stuff. So this was a lot of fun. I did something a little different here, where I covered the two squares, and then I put a quote kind of in the middle of the two. Forget yesterday, it has already forgotten you. Don't sweat tomorrow, you haven't even met yet. Instead, open your eyes and your heart to a truly precious gift today. So, I didn't read that so well today. So you guys can maybe read it. And then over here, this quote is, don't let yesterday use up too much of today. So both quotes, I believe, are just, about living for today. And yeah, even these little birds here were from there, and I just kind of cut a rectangle around them. So I don't use to do things that often, I just kind of write, but I felt lines were in order. And you can see I have a lot of to-dos that I had to put on. And the reason being is this is our last week of school in the Burlington area, and also for our preschool as well. So I teach in the 3K room in the mornings, and then I do daycare in the afternoons at our center. And for the summer, the 3K and 4K rooms are closed. And then what I do is I'm moving into the 2-year-old room to do teaching and daycare there during the 3 months of summer. So I have to basically pack up all of my 3K materials and any of the games and lessons and other items I use for 3K. So that room I actually leave. I don't stay in a room. So I have to pack all that stuff up, get it out of the way for the other classroom that will go in there, which is the children that go to the older children. They go into that room then for the summer. So that's like, ages, I think they're doing 6 to 12. So they're ones that aren't normally in our center. And then what I have to do is go over to that yellow room, which that's what we call our rooms, is they have colors. And that's the 2-year-olds. And I have to take down all the things, if the teacher hasn't done it already, that she had set up in there, because she actually leaves for the summer. So I'm taking over her room, and then I have to put all my things that I want to use in there and rearrange. So we're closed on Friday, at least the 3K and 4K rooms. Those children don't come. So I'll be breaking down in the beginning of the day. So then I have to wait until all the children leave from the 2-year-old room. So in the evening, all that evening Friday, I'll be in that room. So it's kind of a really busy day on that Friday, but also I am preparing for graduation ceremony for our 3Ks. So we have a lot of stuff we're doing to prep for that too. So I know that sounded really, really complicated, and it's not complicated. It's just a lot of stuff to do. And on top of that, last week, I don't know if you remember, I had mentioned we had our carnival last week. So this week really went all to getting stuff prepared for that carnival and stuff. So really, really busy time of year. And also I've got a child still in school and all the stuff that he's been having to catch up and do. So busy, busy time. I know I'm not the only one that's busy like that. It's crazy. The pens I used I went with the red since I don't have the coral one, and then this teal color again. And I will be putting in this, as I mentioned. I don't have all these lines filled up yet. This day I pretty much do, but I know there's things that I'm not thinking of that are going to have to be done yet. And so these sticky notes I'm going to be using because as I jot things down, I'll be sticking them wherever. And then what I did was I made some paper clips. So I have the paper clip for this week, which is just a silver paper clip from the Dollar Tree. And I like these ones because they actually have like a plastic cover over the metal, so they don't scratch your paper and leave that funny mark sometimes. And then this is just a pom-pom, and I just found an opening and I hot glued it. And I put in another one because a lot of times when I'm trying to get to my stickers, I have a hard time getting to them, and so I used another little clippy, and it brings me right to my stickers that I need to use from the Erin Condren. So yeah, better late than never on some of that newfangled stuff. Alright, so that is it for this week, and I hope everyone has a fun-filled week. It's not summer yet. 2 weeks till summer, but it still feels like summer around here because we've been right around that 80-degree mark. So we're all scratching to get outside and get fishing around this house here. So anyway, have a great week. Love to all. See you next week.